Welcome to another weekly edition of the Best Way to Smoke News, sponsored by none other than Cali Gar. Don't drink spit, so stop smoking spit.
On the
No, but
real.
this news is being presented by Serpo Jr.
And Big J.
And Mastercard blocks debit card purchases of cannabis on its network. It's crazy how people coming up with these little things about cannabis and it's still that Schedule 1 with stuff like this. Marking another setback for the marijuana industry, Mastercard recently sent cease and desist letters to banks and payment processors that assisted in the purchase of legal cannabis. Dang, they want to cease and desist on legal cannabis? That's that shit like Delta, what is it, Delta 8 or something like some of them Deltas.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But in this letter, the credit card giant told the recipients to suspend accepting marijuana transactions using PIN debit cards on its network, according to a July 26 Bloomberg report. So that's like, it's been a lot of brands, you know, it's a certain percentage or something like that. I'm not fully versed over there, but it's like that make it like right at that legal threshold.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So, and it's like you can buy it, you know what I'm saying, get it shipped right to your door. And I guess they saying like, man, if you done got this, all those transactions cease and desist.
Mm-hmm.
But I ain't got no MasterCard, I don't think.
Yeah, it's gonna make a lot of them dispensaries and places of business go back to cash. Just be all cash only, like a lot of them are already.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Moving on. New law gives Seattle dispensary employees stronger labor protection. A newly insured ordinance in Seattle will give cannabis dispensary workers in the city stronger labor protections, part of the ongoing effort by leaders to make the marijuana industry more equitable. The ordinance, which took effect last Wednesday, requires covered outgoing cannabis business employees to post written notice of a change in control and provide a preferential hiring list to the incoming cannabis employer, while also requiring the incoming employer to retain covered employees for a certain period of time following the change and following other hiring and retention requirements. So, I mean, that's cool. You know what I'm saying? Something else, to help the weed smokers. Shit.
Right on, Seattle.
Yep. Moving on.
Albania legalizes medical cannabis. Albanian lawmaker on Friday approved a measure legalizing marijuana for medical purposes. The country's parliament voted 69-23 to allow limited and controlled growth of cannabis plants, a move harshly contested by the opposition, according to Associated Press. As the Associated Press noted, the bill's passage is notable given Albania's history as a European crossroad for marijuana trafficking. Marijuana growing flourished in Albania in the past as drug traffickers exploited a lack of strong governance in the 2013. No, hold on, I'm tripping. In the past communist country.
Yeah, slow down. Just slow down a little bit. You got it.
It's getting wavy, baby. No, but after coming to power in 2013, the left-wing Socialist Party government of Prime Minister Edi Rama set destroying cannabis plants as a main target. So with all this stuff going on, as you see, you know what I'm saying, they was like pretty much totally against it.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like now in today's present, Albania is like, man, it's free for medical use.
Yep,
so,
only
medical uses. If you just
not recreational,
just like giggling, it's a medical thing.
Mm-hmm. It's a medical thing. Yep. Moving on. New California ballot enacted would create $5 billion state psychedelic agency to fund research with goal of therapeutic access. We talk a lot about psychedelics, huh?
Yeah, because all of it is over there. It's
man.
It's trippy, baby.
A California campaign has officially filed a proposed intentive for the state's 2024 ballot that would create a $5 billion state agency tasked with funding and promoting psychedelics research. That is, hopes it all will accelerate federal legalization of substances like psilocybin and ibogaine. Oh, I said that right. Ibogaine. Yeah. As a separate campaign collects signatures for a psilocybin legalization ballot measure, proponents of the new Treat California Act are seeking funding for their novel measure, which would not directly legalize or decriminalize psychedelics in the state. Instead, the campaign, which is led by the team of seasoned strategists who previously campaigned successful ballot intensives related to stem cell research. You know what I mean? So, I mean, it's a plus, it's a plus, it's a plus. You know, we fuck with them psychedelics and it's beneficial because it'll make you stand at the top of the stairs
I don't mess with
and direct
psychedelics.
everybody. Yeah.
I don't know where you get that shit from.
Moving on.
New York's first recreational marijuana dispensary does over $12 million in sales in first 6 months. Right on, New York. New York's rollout of adult use cannabis shops has been slow. Demand is sky high, but as of Monday, there are just 21 recreational dispensaries statewide. There's a steady stream of customers at Housing Works Cannabis Company in Greenwich Village, which was the state's first dispensary when it opened more than 6 months ago. Shoppers said they prefer the new way, regulated marijuana market, because they know exactly what they're buying. Man, everybody would love it that way if you know exactly what you're getting, of course. But it's been great. This is like one of the best things that happened to New York City, said Greg Floyd.
Yep.
It's a lot safer. No one's going to jail. With that one being said, just like that, man, if it can be regulated to the extent to where it's like, all right, I understand you may get a thrill if you go into old Johnny up the street, be like, yeah, nigga, I just caught this bomb right here.
Right.
But it's like if you're an adult, you know what I'm saying? I'm just using it adult. You know what I'm saying? When I say adult, you adult thinking.
Right.
I don't want to duck and hide. And that's a wonderful feeling that you can go somewhere and get something like real good. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, bam, I'm going in, I'm coming out. Successful trip home. I don't gotta look over to see if I'm finna just get, you know what I'm saying? That shit is great. You know what I'm saying? And it goes on to say, it always makes me happy that it's sold as easily as alcohol and other things to entertain us, said John Simon. That's of someone else. It's like sometimes I don't be liking when they be putting it on the same scale as like alcohol and stuff like that.
Right, because it's different.
Yeah, but they treat cannabis worse than what alcohol does.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? So in this instance, like from what this gentleman is saying, it's like, all right, you can go in here and get your cannabis, whether recreational or medical, just as easy as you can go into, you know what I'm saying, your local liquor store and get you some booze.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? So if cannabis is rated kind of worse than alcohol, but you have more alcohol incidents than cannabis, I mean, you gotta like
that's
look at
bullshit.
that. Yeah, you gotta look at that. You know what I'm saying? And that's your weekly news. My best way to smoke with Serpo Jr.
Big J.
Baby.